mob and I still don't know what that chant was. I said, it's my mob and I still don't know what that chant was. Whoops.
So we're just about getting ready to get this game underway between TRV, Team Region of Victoria, and of course VRDL KCR. Sporting a new look since round one with their purple and pink and white. And even the bench coach Chops has got his own pink and purple and white top on, and don't he just look a treat? So the two jams then to get this one underway. Number 3-1, that's Griff jamming for TRV up against Screw jamming for VRDL KCR. The whistle gets this one underway. Nice bit of footwork then from Screw Lucy. Picks up lead jam and then for VRDL KCR. As the pack now coming through into turns 3 and 4. The defense and offense from both teams. Very, very sharp. 4 points it is then being added, or being put up on the scoreboard, I should say, for VRDL KCR. Not to be outdone. TRV jammer there. Griff also picking up 4 points. Fortune then for the TRV jammer. Griff being sent to the penalty box. This is power jam now for VRDL KCR, so Screw's going to go about trying to get as many points as possible whilst on this power jam. Instructions coming loud and clear then off the KCR VRDL bench to call that one off. It's a very solid start then for VRDL KCR, putting up 20 points. Correction, made that 16 points. And 4 points then for Team Regional Victoria. So we get this one underway. And that's 5, 6, 7, 8. Tenacious. Lead jammer then for VRDL KCR. And 2-2-2. Nick off. Jamming for Team Regional Victoria, but it is lead jammer going the way of VRDL KCR. Four more points then being added by Tenacious as the pack now comes slowly through turn number 1. Nice hit then by the VRDL KCR blocker there, number 91. just taking 222, Nick off to the outside part of turn 1. There's a pack now just coming to a bit of a halt there in the back straightaway, but so then 8 points been added to the VRDL KCR tally on that previous jam. Skater McGavin, number 8, jamming for Team Regional Victoria. And of course, jamming then for VRDL KCR, it is 171, that's Ria. Pack now coming slowly through into turn number 4. Now it's got some speed about it coming through turns 1 and 2. These blockers doing everything they can to try and nullify the impact for the jammers, not having real great effect, unfortunately, on that previous pass. Ria using the outside part of turn number 4 nicely, getting on through, picking up 4 points, not to be outdone. Also picking up 4 points on that previous pass is number 8. Of course, that's Skater McGavin. As the pack now makes its way down the back straightaway, and so the two jammers then go at it. Jamming for VRDL KCR, it is 2-2. That's Screw Lucy. And jamming for Team Regional Victoria is 191. Isabella Lugosi, I hope I've pronounced that right. Finding some room on the inside part of turns 1 and 2, 22 of course. That's Screw Lucy. So a nice bit of defensive work there by Team Regional Victoria, in particular number 7, pardon me. That's Wipeout. So TRV now doing everything they can to try and hold up the VRDL KCR jammer and Screw Lucy. But finding a way through and picking up 4 more points, Screw Lucy, on that previous pass. Nice little take there on the inside part of turn 3 for Screw Lucy. Not before picking up 12 points. So early goings in this game sees VRDL KCR on the 46, with Team Regional Victoria on 8. So it is 5, 6, 7, 8 Tenacious jamming for VRDL KCR, and 888 Bender jamming for Team Regional Victoria. But getting on through, picking up lead jammer, it is 5, 6, 7, 8 Tenacious. Nice little deke to the inside part of turn 1, 4 points. being added. Bender plenty to think about straight away. Whilst all that's happening though, Tenacious just, well, going for a bit of a skate and racking up points in the process. There's the pack now coming through turns 1 and 2. And Tenacious met solidly there by one of the Team Regional Victoria blockers, but was good enough to find a space on the inside part of turn 2. And the star pass then has been successfully completed for Team Regional Victoria. So it is now number 3-1. That's Griff as a recognised jammer. So points have already been added to the Team Regional Victoria tally. Bit of a knockdown there on the inside part of turn number 1. Won't stop Griff too much. So 4 points being added to the tally. Power jam it is then for Team Regional Victoria, so they're going to try and take as big an advantage of this situation as possible. And just as that one runs its natural course, Tenacious was released from the penalty box. So 15 points then being added to the VRDL KCR tally, moving them along to 61. Not to be outdone, 10 points added to the Team Regional Victoria tally. Team Regional Victoria sitting on 18 points. We are under an official timeout. Rest is having a bit of a chat in the middle, just making sure that everything is as it should be in terms of points. For both teams. So that whistle then brings about the end of that official timeout. So we then have 171 jamming for VRDL KCR. That, of course, is Ray. 222 Nick off. Jamming then for Team Regional Victoria, but it is Rhea then picking up lead jammer for VRDL KCR. Just the 2 more blockers to navigate through. Rhea does that nicely, just coming through off turn 3 and 4. 4 more points then being added. A slow moving pack coming down through the back straight away, and the KCR blockers given like a cow crusher now. So there's been a star pass successfully completed by TRV, and 1-9 cow crusher is now the recognised jammer for Team Regional Victoria, just trying to find a way through of turn number 4. It's not on offer. Meanwhile, Ria picking up another 4 points. Ria met solidly there by number 8. That's Skater McGavin putting up a bit of defence there, and a little bit of jammer on jammer action happening on the main straightaway. So the Kingston blockers then, has to be said, giving Cow Crusher plenty to think about, and whilst all that's happening out front, it's just 2 more blockers to get on through for Ria. And another 4 points being added. Unfortunately then for Cow Crusher to cut track, not what they were wanting. So another 11 points added to the VRDL KCR tally, moving them along to 73, and Team Regional Victoria on 18. As we see then, number 7, Bam, on the jammer start line, jamming for VRDL KCR. And it's going to be a power jam start for Bam. And the blocker advantage clearly going the way of KCR, VRDL. And Bam gets on through, lead jammer. You're welcome. As the cavalry will slowly start to arrive then for VRDL. That was a big hit then from Bam on, I think it was Skater McGavin. Nice move to the inside part of turn 2. Bam gets on through, 4 more points. Now on the O then coming in from 1-4, that was Code. That's not slowing up Bam at all. 4 more points on that previous pass. Unfortunately then for Bam, it's a cut track. Cow Crusher then back on track after serving the penalty. It's all about a power jam now for Team Regional Victoria. And the offense is coming from Team Regional Victoria. You could see that. Cow Crusher now just trying to navigate through the outside part of turn number 3. KCR VRDL blockers more than aware of that. But getting on through nicely on the inside part of the main straightaway, Cow Crusher, and 4 more points to boot. There's a pack now coming through on into turn number 2. Also making a return back on track. That's number 7, Bam, for VRDL KCR. Nice jam there for Bam, picking up 12 points for VRDL KCR, moving them along to 90. Cow Crusher picking up 4 more points for Team Regional Victoria. They now sit on 22. So it is 5, 6, 7, 8. Tenacious then jamming for VRDL KCR. And that was some fancy footwork down the main straightaway. Lead jammer for Tenacious. And jamming for Team Regional Victoria, it is number 3-1, that's Griff. There's a pack now coming on through into turn number 2. And Team Regional Victoria blockers trying everything they can to stop Tenacious, but there's a nice little gap there on the inside part of turn number 2. And that's all Tenacious needed to get on through. 4 points there being added. But unfortunately for Griff, another penalty to be served, so it's a power jam now for VRDL KCR. Oh, a big hit there on Tenacious by 191. Of course, Isabella Lagoshi there. As back on track then returns Griff after serving a penalty. Jamming then for Team Regional Victoria. I was going to say from the penalty box, that wouldn't have been right. From her bench to call that one off. Not after adding 12 more points to the VRDL KCR tally. That moves them over the 100 mark. 102 playing 26. And we've got just on 10 and a half minutes remaining in this first half clash between TRV and VRDL KCR. 2-2, Screw Lucy, VRDL KCR. 2-2. Of course, that is Nick Off, jamming for Team Regional Victoria. But it's 2-2, Screw Lucy getting on through, picking up lead jammer. And just trying to find a way through the pack there. Is Screw Lucy? So that's a correction. It's 1-1-1, the jamming for Team Regional Victoria. My apologies. That's Disco Brawl. But before any points could be added to the TRV tally, Screw Lucy saw what was going on and called that one off. So 4 more points for VRDL KCR, moves them along to 106. Team Regional Victoria on 26. So 171, Rhea jamming then for VRDL KCR. Up against 1-1, that's Loco Legs jamming for TRV. Unfortunately, one of the VRDL KCR blockers going to the penalty box. So the blocker advantage is going to go the way of Team Regional Victoria. That's not going to stop Rhea too much, so 4 more points being added. So another successful pass previously by Rhea, adding another 4 points. Unfortunately for the penalty box, seeing a lot of traffic. And the blocker advantage clearly now in the favour of KCR VRDL. Nice move to the outside part of turn 3. Rhea there just slicing through. Plenty of defensive work going on in front of us here. More skaters being sent to the penalty box. That doesn't seem to stop Rhea though. That was just a nice little slice on through the inside part of turn 4 and 4 more points. And again, the blocker advantage going the way of VRDL KCR. And it's also a power jam for VRDL KCR. As the pack now slowly coming into turn number 1. Nice move then from Rhea, not before getting the 4 points. And a very handy jam. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. 24-point jam for Rhea in that previous jam. That's a fair old effort. Moving VRDL KCR through now on 130. And Team Regional Victoria on 29 after adding 3 more points to their tally. As we make our way into an official timeout. a discussion going to be taking place between the head ref and the two bench coaches respectively. And of course, after this game, we have Nerd DCRD taking on EVRD East Vic. Should be a very, very, very good game. So whilst we have the opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, big shout out to our sponsors here for today. Skate Vic, Aussie Broadband, NCF Exports and Nine Creeks Consulting. And of course, the Arc here in Dalesford. There's also a raffle here today too, so make sure you get your raffle tickets if you haven't already done so. There's a cake stand with a ton of nice goodies on offer. And guess the lolly jar. I'm told it's a gold coin donation. So if you've got some shrapnel you want to get rid of, and guess how many lollies are in the lolly jar. So it is then 5, 6, 7, 8, Tenacious, patiently waiting on the jammer start line. Back underway, and well, just like that, some fancy footwork. Lee Jack. Tenacious will be looking to nice foot inside part of turn through, got through. At the back straight away. Both teams defensively happy just for the jammers as they come around and then set about hold them up for as long as they possibly can, as is evident here now right in front of us. Team Regional blockers trying everything they can to stop Tenacious. Tenacious is going left and right, but had enough. And then called it off. Not before adding 11 points into the VRDL KCR tally, pushing them along to 141. And Team Victoria on 29. We've got just on 6.25 minutes remaining in this half game. So it is then 1 Dorcas. For Team Regional Victoria up against 2-2, that's Screw Lucy rather, jamming for VRDL KCR. Getting on through, picking up lead jam, it is Screw Lucy. As I look across to see the penalty box has a couple of blockers in there. One being released back out in the track, so the blocker advantage again back with VRDL KCR. There's the pack now coming on through down on the back straight away. Doesn't stop Screw Lucy getting on through and adding yet another 4 points as the cavalry start to arrive now out of the penalty box, back on track for Team Regional Victoria. So full complement of blockers on track now. No doubt it's going to make life a little difficult for these two jammers. So it is 8-1. Dorcas then trying to find a way through this Kingston triangle, which is just absolutely unforgiving at the moment. But out front, picking up 4 more points, it is Screw Lucy then for VRDL KCR. Nice work to the inside part of the main straightaway for Screw Lucy, and another 4 points. Screw Lucy's seen enough and called it off, not after they picking up another 4 points. For VRDL KCR. Nice jam there, 20 points. VRDL KCR then on 161, Team Regional Victoria on 29. And we have just on 3 3/4 minutes remaining. As a jam timer then gets this one underway, it is number 7, Bam, jamming for VRDL KCR. And it's 2-2-2. Nickoff then jamming for TRV. Unfortunately for Bam, they're picking up a penalty. So Bam will then serve in the penalty box. So power jam then for Team Regional Victoria, and a good opportunity to pick up some points and see if they can't add to their tally. 1-4 code, just offering a little bit of defensive action there, just taking the jammer to the inside part of turn number 3. So the VRDL KCR blockers really giving Nickoff plenty to think about. So number 7, Bam, it is then back on track. After serving the penalty, so it's now about trying to get a few more points. So the Team Regional Victoria defence then trying everything they can to slow up Bam, as the pack now coming into turn number 'So the instruction then was coming loud from the TRV bench for the jammer to call that one off. So 4 more points being added then onto the VRDL KCR tally. Moves them along to 165. Team Regional Victoria still on 29. And we've got 1.5 minutes to go in this first half. So it is then 1-1-1 disco brawl jamming for Team Regional Victoria. 1-7-1 Ria jamming for VRDL KCR. As the pack now slowly coming through turns 1 and 2, but Ria getting on through, picking up lead jammer. The pack now coming down the back straight away, and the Team Regional Victoria blockers were there waiting for Ria. Ria having none of it, getting on through, and 4 points on that previous pass. Some nice defence there for both teams coming to turn number 3. But equally up for the task, it is Ria 1-7-1 jamming then for VRDL KCR. And it's Disco Brawl finding it just a little bit tricky. So whilst all the action's going on down on the main straightaway, Ria just Well, Ria just doing Ria things and getting on through and continually adding points to the ever-growing VRDL KCR total. And again, the blocker advantage going the way of VRDL KCR. And it's also a power jam for Ria, so not what Team Regional Victoria were hoping for. As slowly the skaters are getting released out of the penalty box, but not before that one expires. So that whistle then brings about the end of the first half between VRDL KCR, of course taking on Team Regional Victoria. The halftime score, Team Regional Victoria picking up 4 points in that previous jam. That moves them along to 33. And VRDL KCR picking up 20 points in that previous jam, moving them along to 185. So we're going to take a short 15-minute break. Good opportunity to grab something to eat, stretch your legs, as we get ourselves then set for the second half action between VRDL KCR and Team Regional Victoria. not too far away from getting this one back up and running. It is 5, 6, 7, 8. Tenacious then on the jammer start line for VRDL KCR. And of course 2-2-2, Nick off then jamming for Team Regional Victoria. Getting on through, picking up lead jammer. It is 2-2-2. Just the 1 point then being added to Team Regional Victoria. Moving them along to 34. No change to the halftime score then for VRDL KCR. Still sitting on 185. So it is 2-2, Screw Lucy jamming for VRDL KCR up against 3-1. That's Griff jamming for Team Regional Victoria. And just like that, Screw Lucy getting on through, picking up lead jammer. Working nicely to the outside part of turn number 1. As the pack now slowly trying to come through turn number 1. But both teams more than happy to just go defensively. That's not stopping Screw Lucy though. Nice little move to the inside part of turn 2. Picking up 4 points in the process as now the pack comes through turn 2 proper. Nice bit of defensive there, work there by 1-9. That's Cow Crusher on Screw Lucy. So the star pass then has been successfully completed by TRV. And Wipeout was the recognised jammer. So 12 more points it is then for VRDL KCR, moving them along to 197. Playing Team Regional Victoria 34. False start there, so we'll get everything all reset. 888 Bender on the jammer start line for Team Regional Victoria 171. Ria, the jammer for VRDL KCR. So then the whistle gets this one back underway. 171 rear jamming for KCR. VRDL getting on through, picking up lead jammer. And of course 888 Bender jamming for Team Regional Victoria. VRDL KCR defence going to work and making life difficult for TRV. That's not stopping rear though, getting on through, putting up another 4 points for VRDL KCR. As a pack now coming through into turn number 2. So the star pass then has been completed and completed successfully. 1-1-1. Disco Brawl, the now recognised jammer for Team Regional Victoria. Rhea just getting on through yet again, with 4 more points being added. And Disco Brawl having all sorts of troubles down on the main straightaway, trying to get through the KCR VRDL defence. But Rhea having not a great deal to worry about, but that comes to an end on turn number 2. And a solid 22-point jam then from Ria, taking VRDL KCR over the 200 mark. It's 219. Team Regional Victoria on 34. So it is in number 8, Skater McGavin jamming for Team Regional Victoria. And number 7, Bam, jamming for VRDL KCR. It is lead jammer though to Skater McGavin and Team Regional Victoria. And Skater just trying to find a way through on the outside part of turn number 1, not on offer. And the defence then for Team Regional Victoria trying to hold up Bam. But Bam getting on through, picking up 4 points. And after being knocked to the inside part of the track there, Skater McGavin has seen enough and called it off. And both jammers picking up 4 points. So Team Regional Victoria then on 38, VRDL KCR on 223. As it is in 5, 6, 7, 8, Tenacious jamming for VRDL KCR. And a nice bit of footwork there on the inside part of the main straight. Gets Tenacious through, lead jammer. Team Regional Victoria, 222. Of course, that's Nikoff jamming for TRV. Nice move from Tenacious on that previous pass, picking up another 4 points. But the VRDL KCR blockers giving Nikoff plenty to think about. Still stuck down there in turn number 1. And Tenacious taking the Team Regional. Oh, beautiful footwork there on the main straightaway. A little bit of backward skating, a little bit of a turn here and there. Great work by Tenacious on that previous pass. Oh, big bit of defence there by, I think it was 1-4. That's code for VRDL KCR. A couple of skaters having a bit of a trip down there on the back straightaway. 469, that's actually for KCR. VRDL putting up some nice defensive work there. And Tenacious still just trying to find a way through on the inside part of turn 4, but has seen enough and had enough. And he calls that one off after adding 16 points then to the VRDL KCR total, pushing them along to 239. Correction, that was a 20-point jam, pushing them out to 243. And Team Regional Victoria is on 38. Looks like we've had a team timeout called by KCR, if I'm looking at the jam timer correctly, yes. So they'll have a minute now just to get their breath, have a bit of a chat about what's going on track. And just a reminder, after this game we have Nerd Dragon City up against EVRD, which promises to be a heck of a game. And then of course later on this afternoon we have got an absolute belter. South Seas taking on the West Side. If you didn't check out either of these two teams in round one, the final game for this afternoon promises to be an absolute ripper. So that whistle then signals the end of the team timeout. We now find ourselves back under an official timeout. Two jammers patiently waiting down there on the jammer start line. Of course, 118 jamming for the first time in this game. Of course, I speak of Kick, and Kick will be taking on 2-2, which is Screw Lucy jamming for VRDL KCR. Hopefully we're not too far away from getting a resumption in play here. Whilst we've got the opportunity, I'd like to thank all our refs and NSOs that are here today giving up their time. Without these dedicated individuals, we can't derby. So a big shout out and a big thank you to all our refs and NSOs here today. We really do appreciate all that you do. And 2-2, Screw Lucy jamming for Team Regional. Screw Lucy. Turns 1 and 2. Kick. The VRDL going to make it very hard, but a nice little gets on through the pack. It is 3-1 then. So we get this one back underway. It is number 7 then jamming for VRDL KCR. That's Bam. Up against number 8, 1 Dorcas jamming for Team Regional Victoria. And as the pack comes through, turn number 1 into number 2. It's getting on through, picking up lead jammer. It is number 7, Bam. Before TRV went very hard defensively to make sure that didn't happen. They're getting on through, picking up 4 more points for VRDL KCR. It's number 7, that's Bam. There's a pack now coming through turns 3 and 4. Bam gets on through, picks up 4 more points. This pack now comes through off of turn 4 down on the main straightaway. Now, unfortunately then for BAM picking up a penalty. And as such will serve in the penalty box. So this one runs its natural course. So just the 11 points then added to the VRDL KCR tally, moving them along to 274. And Team Regional Victoria on 54. We get this one underway. So it is then number 3-1. That's Griff jamming for Team Regional Victoria. It's a power jam start for them. There's a pack now slowly coming through turn 3 and 4. And nice bit of defensive there from 777. That was wipeout to take BAM to the outside part of turn 3, but BAM quickly able to get back on track, gets on through the pack. So the initial pass in for BAM done and dusted. It's all about points from here on in. 4 points on that previous pass in for BAM. As the pack now makes its way down into turn number 1. Trying to find a gap on the outside part of turn number 1 was easily sought and executed by BAM there, getting on through, picking up another 4 points. And then calls it off. So just a little over 8 1/4 minutes remaining in this game. VRDL KCR sitting on 282. And Team Regional Victoria on 54. Under an official timeout. So the jam timer gets this one underway. 5, 6, 7, 8. Tenacious then jamming for VRDL KCR. And 111 Disco Brawl jamming for Team Regional Victoria. Oh, nice bit of footwork and twirly work there from Tenacious coming off the back straightaway. Nice just to get through Skater McGavin. And again, Skater McGavin showing they are just as handy as a blocker as they are as a jammer. But Tenacious more than up for the fight, getting through in that previous pass. Unfortunately then for the Team Regional Victoria jammer, it's a penalty, so it's a power jam now for VRDL, KCR and Tenacious. As the pack now makes its way down the main straightaway. And Tenacious has got a head of steam up and just slices on through the pack, coming on now down the back straightaway. 4 more points being added. nice little hit there again by number 8. That was Skater McGavin taking Tenacious to the outside part of turn 2. So the pack now coming down the back straightaway. Team Regional blockers trying, oh, big hit from TRV to sending them off track momentarily.